Guys, we are on the older neck of the road, yeah? Like all this land is for development, yeah? We used to have a little river. It looks like a creek now, but it's quite a wide river. It is very wide. But all this area, people are now building on the riverfront. You can see the houses up there, where the rooms are occurring. If we go to this side of the road, and so on and so forth, you know, you can see everything that's actually going on up here.
That's where that river joins.
Exactly. That's where Otamene and Owerri joins and stuff like that, you know, but you can actually see, listen to me, mate, yeah, if you are out there, yeah, you're viewing this, I've reduced it, appreciate who you are, do what you got to do for your town, yeah? London is beautiful, America is beautiful, but trust me, mate, yeah, it is beautiful because you made it beautiful. You need to do something for yourself. Trust me, mate. You need to really do something for yourself. Your area will never develop until you continue. Like, I tell you what, yeah, American Britain sucks everyone out of their country, sucks everyone out of Africa, bring you into the United Kingdom and America, gives you a job, gives you a mortgage, gives you a few loans and hire purchase. That's all you're going to pay until you're 75 years old. Look, there's nothing wrong with a mortgage, there's nothing wrong with HP, right? But there is something definitely wrong in sticking in somebody else's land until you're 75 years old. You're no good to them anymore, neither are you any good to us. Whatever it is you've got to do, you've got to do it now. You know, this is a busy metropolis. See how busy it is. This is across the river and so on. Remember, we are in the rural areas. I wasn't going to do anything in the town or the city. I said we're going to go totally rural. And I tell you what, I'm going to cut the video and save a bit more for rural. But then again, I can't actually cut this video because more and more beautiful developments continue to pop up as we go along. Yeah? Now watch that gentleman there. He's trying to move. And I mean, these are simple houses that people like you and I built. Trust me, mate. It doesn't cost much to do this. Trust me. Forget the $1 million and the £1 million people are throwing at you. You can do this. I can do this. We can all do it. I'll repeat myself. Are you waiting until you are 75 years old? Yeah, sitting in the United Kingdom, sitting in America and Spain and other countries in Europe, yeah, while your country rots away. Look at this, yeah. Imagine if we got 5 of them in one go. All right. Now see where we are going. Imagine this, yeah. This is where you come from. This is your environment. This is your town, and so on. This is your town, all right? It belongs to me, it belongs to you, and it belongs to all of us, all right? The lawns are all nice and well kept, and so on. Everyone's got their fenced-in compounds and so on and so forth. But this is what we got over here, mate. All right? It's as simple as that. This is what people like you and I have done. Don't stay out there until you're 75. When you are 75, you are no good to them in the UK or America, and you are no good over here. Are you going to use your pension to build this? Are you really going to use your pension, state pension or private pension or work pension to build this? Your pension is meant for you to feed yourself. You're meant to do this before you get to your pension age. You're meant to do this before you retire. You're meant to do this before you leave the United Kingdom. People are already doing it over here. Trust me, they're going to take the mickey out of you if you have not done it. I'm going to cut tape now, and I'm going to start again when I get to a few more developments. Well, I think we're moving again. I think we're moving again. And this is Owerri town and what it looks like. This is Owerri town and what it looks like. You can see the road layout. You can see the lawns all well kept. Yeah, BBC will never show you this. CNN will never show you this. But this is where you come from, this is where I come from. And all this started because a few people decided to come out here and start doing it themselves. An awful lot of locals joined in and started doing it themselves. A lot of us don't come back from the United Kingdom because we claim, oh, I haven't got the millions. Who's looking for the millions? I repeat that. Who's looking for the millions? £50 can go a long way. £100 can go a long way. £1,000 can go a long way. I've said it in so many videos. An iPhone can dig your foundation foundation. 3 bottles of brandy that you buy in a Nigerian restaurant or in a nightclub, that is enough to buy all the windows that you need for your 5-bedroom bungalow. £1,000 is enough. £1,200 is enough for you to get all the building blocks for your property. Guys, I'm gonna have to put my seatbelt on. I do apologize, we've got the police coming up in front and so on, so I'm gonna make sure I got my seatbelt nice and locked. We've got the old Concord Hotel in the background. That hotel has stood the test of time. Trust me. You see it in the background there? It has stood the test of time. But there's so many other hotels in this town that are 2 million times better than it. I'm gonna shut this down because I've got the police coming up. All right, so we've come past the police. We haven't had any trouble at all. We have never been stopped since we've been in town. We've never been stopped since I came into town. As I advised, the king of my town gave us his own vehicle to move around. That gave us access to all areas. He's got a private number, well, it's not a private number plate, it's a government number plate with His Royal Highness splattered all over it. Police don't stop us, soldiers don't stop us. We got access to all areas. So, as I say, yeah, this is what people like you and I have already done. You may have seen this area in one of my old videos. A lot of you may remember the old All Seasons Hotel. Look at how small it is. It's still beautiful, but there's so many other hotels over here, 350 in number, that rival this. Even in my village, in the rural areas, we've got 4- and 5-star hotels all over the place. Yeah? People that speak bad about your town, people that call your country shithole countries. You know the funny thing, yeah? Look, yeah, well, I'll let you decide, all right? I'll let you decide, yeah? I was born in London, but I'm not English. You may not be born in London, I can assure you, you are not English either. You may have a red passport, you may have a right to stay, indefinite leave, whatever is the case. My guy, no forget your town, I tell you now. No forget where you come from, You know be like New York, you know be like Las Vegas, so please do not forget where you come from. These are old buildings, you got new ones popping up. Look at what people like you and I are doing. Tell me, how much do you think these things really cost? How much do they really cost? Match it to the mortgage that you are paying in the United Kingdom. Match it to the mortgages that you are paying in the United Kingdom. How much do these things really cost here? There's nothing wrong with your mortgage, it's a wonderful thing. There's nothing wrong with your hire purchase, it's a wonderful thing. But I'll tell you something, when you stick out there in the United Kingdom for 75 years of your life, you've pumped every single thing that you need into that system. You are no longer any good to them, and neither are you any good to us over here. Don't wait till 75 until you come back. Are you sitting on the streets doing nothing? Are you eating chicken and chips every day? If you eat chicken and chips every day, in a year, 365 days, that is enough to cover all the roofing spans or the roofing sheets for your property. Are you out there going to nightclubs and Nigerian restaurants, knocking back your bottles of brandy? I can assure you, 3 bottles of Martell or 3 bottles of Courvoisier is enough. The price you pay for it in the nightclub, in the restaurant, it is enough for you to to buy all the windows and fit them for your 5-bedroom bungalow. I've told you your roofing sheets, chicken and chips for 1 year is enough for your roofing sheets. Your iPhone is enough money to build your foundation, all right? Your building blocks, £1,500, £1,200 is enough for all the building blocks for your property. Remember, you need a minimum of 3,500 blocks for a bungalow and a minimum of 7,000 blocks for a duplex, and so on. Wise up now, mate. Wise up now. This is what your town looks like. Don't be left out of the race. You don't do this in a few years, I'm not scaremongering, but you have totally lost out. Nobody is gonna wait for you. I mean, somebody driving on a Kada in this country, he may think he's in poverty, but when you see his house, you in the United Kingdom will be embarrassed. I mean, we live in shoe boxes out there. Do what you gotta do now. I'm going on about it. I'm going on and on and on and on about it. Do what you gotta do now. All right? Ignore what they're telling you on BBC. Ignore what they're telling you on CNN. Please, I'm begging you, everyone, do what you gotta do. Don't listen to the hype. You come from a beautiful country. If we decorate and repaint this country every 5 years, just like we do in the United Kingdom, then tell me, wouldn't this place look better than Spain? Wouldn't this place look better than Cyprus? Wouldn't this place look better than the Mediterranean islands and other countries in the Mediterranean or the Caribbean? Don't listen to the hype. The BBC lied to you. CNN lied to you. You come from a beautiful country. See what you got to do to be part of this beauty. Do not ignore it. I'm telling you, do not ignore it. All right? Some people are telling me I'm living in London. These guys were not even born there. My home is where I live. Nobody's doubting that. You got to do something out here. Have you ever seen anyone from Dubai that has been disrespected? Have you ever seen anyone from Saudi Arabia or Riyadh or Doha that has ever been disrespected on the streets of London? But people like you and I continually get disrespected because they think you come from nowhere. I repeat that. People like you and I, we continually get disrespected because they think there's nowhere that you come from. This is where you come from. What does it take for us to build it up to that level? Tell me. You live there. Some of you work for the council. Some of you work for housing associations. What does it take to get this place up to what you believe it should be that you wish to identify yourself with? Trust me, mate. Love yourself, others will love you. Appreciate what you got, others will appreciate it. You go to Chinese restaurants and Indian restaurants and Italian restaurants. Tell me something. How many Chinese, Indians and Italians have you seen in a Nigerian restaurant? I repeat this. How many Chinese have you seen in Ito One? How many Indians have you seen in Kingsley's Joint? How many Italians have you seen in the Africa Ring in Finsbury Park? How many non-Nigerians have you seen patronizing Nigerian food and Nigerian restaurants every day? But you are there in the Italian, the Chinese and the Indian restaurant on a daily basis, soaking up the food, nothing wrong with that. Soaking up the Tiger Lager, nothing wrong with that. But who is soaking up yours, mate? Where is all that money going? Trust me, mate, appreciate who you are. We're approaching the villages now. We are actually in Obinze at the moment. We're gonna cut off. We're gonna do a left turn and start turn. Well, this is actually Apple Junction at the moment. It is so busy, a lot of hustle and bustle. This is a major road coming from Port Harcourt. There's an awful lot of goods being ferried back and forth and so on and so forth. You got all the little shacks with everybody struggling to leave. This is not the residential area. Bit more commercial. It's all filling out at the moment. This is where you're now getting land that you can purchase. Look at all that land in the background that has already been purchased. Look at all that land in the background. Do not get left out. Trust me. Do not get left out. I don't think it's a rat race. I don't know what to call it, but what I do know is do not get left out. I speak to you here today. Many of you may wonder who is actually behind the camera. I can assure you, I've worked for local government, I've worked for housing association in the United Kingdom for approximately 29 or 30 years. I've been involved in urban regeneration, I've been involved in property management, property litigation, attended court, do everything that we need to do. I've worked for all of the G15 organisations, so if I'm speaking to you about landed property, then I know what I'm actually talking about. I repeat that. If I've been in the business in the UK for 29 and 30 years and I'm speaking to you about landed property, then I know what I'm talking about. If I've made £1 million decisions where I'm coming from, then I can make £10,000 decisions over here. But then again, you don't need me. Come and see it for yourself. Like I said, you do not need me. Come and see it for yourself. But to be able to achieve that, you need to appreciate who you are. You need to appreciate exactly where you come from. Stop listening to what the BBC is telling you. Stop listening to what CNN and all the multinational networks are actually telling you. I mean, I had a session with a manager from Google. She's Polish, and she told me, I thought Nigerians lived on rubbish heaps. That's what she told me. I thought Nigerians lived on rubbish heaps. So I showed her a few, just a little footage of Nigeria. Different towns, Lagos, Abuja, Owerri, Enugu. She went all red. She showed me pictures of Poland. Beautiful country, but trust me, nothing to write home about. It was all happening down here in Nigeria. It was all happening down here in Imo State where we are shooting. The Poland she showed me is not any prettier than what we can see at the moment. This is what you're running away from. That is for sale over there. This is what you're running away from. What? Tell me something, yeah? How many people have you seen in a Nigerian restaurant that are non-Nigerian? Go back to their countries. When the Brexit issue started, trust me, all the police surveyors and the engineer and the construction workers, by the time they went back to where they came from, they all had swimming pools at the back of their houses. They all had swimming pools. They were not bothered. The Polish were not bothered about Brexit. No, because they did things in... I tell you what, you get 6 of them living in one room, all right? What do you think they were doing with their money? Do you think they were drinking? Nah, that was a distraction, mate, trust me. That was a distraction. They went back home to build up where they came from. They appreciate who they are, and they will never sell their surname. They will never sell their country for another. You can stay in the UK, nothing wrong about that. You can stay in America, nothing wrong about that. But trust me, you don't want to hang out there until you're 75, trust me. You don't want to hang out there until you're 85, trust me. The time is now. Are you 35? Are you 45? Are you 55 or 65? It is never too late. The time to do it is right now. We're going to go into the rural areas. I'm going to shut off the video now. We've picked up a few batteries for our night vision cameras. We're going totally local now, filming the wildlife, see what we've got inside the jungle. We're hoping to at least gain as much ground as possible. We're aiming for approximately a mile into the jungle. Then I'm going to tie up those night vision cameras. Do you have one of those cameras here so I can show what we're talking about? Give me the box. You got one of those cameras so I can show them what I'm talking about. All right. So these cameras, I procured them, I purchased them. I hope you can see it, all right? That didn't cost me much, all right? These are night vision, 120 degrees coverage, yeah? Motion and sensor detectors and so on. So it's not gonna record until it's got movement. What I'm looking to do is to take an awful lot of, waste. Intestines, insides of the fish and the animal, and so on and so forth. A bit of veg, a bit of yam, a bit of cassava. I'm going to go about a mile into the forest. I'm going to scatter it over there. I got 3 of these cameras. I also got a telescope for the moon and the moon and the other planets and the stars. But on this one here, it's going to be tied into the forest for a couple of days. We're going to come back, pull out the memory cards, and see what we've got. Now we're going a bit local. We're moving into the rural areas now. I tell you what, should I give you the benefit of that? Nah, I tell you what, I'm going to film it as well. All right, it gets a bit rough. We're completely out of the city, nowhere near the city. Eh? Well, got a bit of security here, so I've got to bring the phone down. Sorry, you got a few of my that petrol station for you have an edge of a mission. Is it close? We can't risk it. They normally close about 7 o'clock. Should we let's get petrol anywhere where we are. Wait for it. No, that's a nice building up there. Lovely building. You know something, I love my people, man. Guys, listen to me, yeah? Listen to the voice of this kid that's behind the camera. I love my kind, all right? I love my kind, I'm telling you, I love my kind. My name's Ononiwu Anyanwu Ekocha. Of Emabia. As I said, my name is Ononiwu Anyanwu Ekocha. Of Emabia. And I just love my people. I lost my dad. We just buried him last week. The entire town is quite anxious. I'm very keen to find out if I'm going to continue the good work of urban regeneration and urban development and so on and so forth. Well, these videos will tell you I'm doing exactly that. You just got the audio, but the physical work is going on. Hey, boy? 2,000. Oh, yeah. 3. Do we have petrol? Do you have a jerry can here? No. Ah! Okay, I'm going to cut the video now, do a little bit of shopping. So guys, we're back on the village road now, all right? Got a full tank of petrol. Everyone's happy. My sister's preparing a beautiful local dish. For those who don't know, it's called afan soup. Afan is actually a Calabar soup. My loving sister is preparing it. You know, everyone in the car is so hungry. We've been out in so many meetings today, you know, and so on. But I just want to show you, this is what they're doing over here, mate. This is what people like you and I are doing over here, mate. These things don't cost an arm and a leg. Do you have a mortgage out there? Wood Green, Hackney, Tottenham, Haringey, wherever it is, Lambeth, Peckham, Islington. Fine. Remember, you got 25 years to pay your mortgage off. You're going to hang out there for that 25 years, and you're also going to need resources to survive in that country. Then again, don't forget where you come from. Where you come from needs you. Your people need you, and I can assure you, you certainly do need yourself. Well, what can I say? Blocks are being moulded all over the place. Little bungalows, houses, you know, and this is the village. This is not the city. This is the village. This is not the city. I say it again. This is the village. Yeah, you got forest and bush all over the place. All this area is available for sale, agriculture or developments, fertile land. You would have seen some of my earlier videos talking about agriculture and fertile land. I promised you, I'm going to inundate you with so much information. Babe, I tell you what, we're being stopped by the police now, so we see what's going on. Okay, so it appears that they've actually spotted the HRH number plate again. It's been going on all the time. Each time the police spot the HRH, His Royal Highness number plate that we've got, they tend to wave us through. I've been doing an awful lot of work with our king. I've been doing an awful lot of work with the people in our community and so on and so forth. And they simply felt, no, it's about time you drive around, you know, in the king's convoy. So I'm not complaining. It's giving us easy access to all areas. I wanted to get this tree. It is so pink, yeah? I'm going to go large on it now. It is so pink. Just look at that. It's just, I saw it yesterday. It was just glowing. It had the right lighting against it. I was coming from the opposite direction. I just said, hang on a minute. What is that? You know, and I forgot that trees round here, when they're bad and they flower, they kind of go crazy. It's just so flipping pink. I'll tell you what, well, we're going in there now anyway, all right? We're going in there now. I don't know if I've given you footage of this area, all right? I don't know if I've given you footage, but this university, this institution here, was built on our land and so on. It was built on our land, and we are giving not preferential treatment, not positive action, but we are giving us what they refer to over here as slots or a quota. I don't know how many people are allowed to attend university here every year that come from all the local communities that donated their land. When I'm talking that land, I'm talking an area that is Haringey, Islington, and any other neighbouring borough, Newham, put together. I mean, it sprawls all the way from here into my village. I mean, it goes on for miles. I'm talking, oh boy, we're looking at miles here. I mean, the drive through here is probably about 4 miles in itself anyway, all right? But the expanse of land that has not been developed in this area, okay, my footage is going a little bit, it's a little bit smudged, reduce it and get a bit more clear footage.
I am pressed.
And so on. Right, somebody's pressed at the moment, so we are going to stop. Let's control our camera, so obviously we don't want any sort of indecent exposure. So I'm going to, you know, just go into the bush over there. Look at that soil. Imagine what grows here. You've got the mango trees up there. Look at the soil in the background, and so on and so forth. Look to the front. Look to the left, you know. And this is just a snippet of what we got to do. I mean, I'm tiring now. I've been recording for about 23 minutes here. And I'm really tiring out. So I'm going to pause it until we get to some more interesting areas. Not that this place is not interesting, but I'm telling you. Listen to me. You can live in London, do what you want to do. Send £50 back here for your development once a month. Send £100 back here every month for your development once a month. Send any amount of money that you can afford. I'm going to go on pause now, and we're going to start recording later. All right, we're on the move again, guys. All right, we're on the move again. I mean, just look at the green. We've had a bit of rain. All right, it's all nice and lush at the moment. We're going to have some more rains. I'm here at the right time of the year. Not too much rain, not too much dust. not too much heat. I'm here at the right time. All right, guys, this is where you come from, mate. Some of you have been in the United Kingdom for 30 years. Some of you have been for 10 years. I don't want to call names out here, but if you haven't been back home before, if you haven't been back home in 10 years, now is the time. If you haven't been back home ever, now is the time. Bring your family along. Bring your children along. But I tell you something, there's nothing wrong in bringing your mates along as well. You got your mates, some of them are English, some of them are Irish, some of them are Jamaican. All right, they come from all over the place. Do bring them down here as well. Do bring them. I can assure you they will appreciate what's going on down here. Do bring them down here as well, just to show them this beauty. Do bring them down here to show them this beauty that we actually have down here. And we're just only in a little section at the moment. I think there's some dredging going on down here. There's a river. It's a blue, kind of a blue water river that's down there. If we can get it, I'm not sure if I can capture it. I'm not sure. It's actually blue water. Once you step down to it, it's got a turquoise sort of color. There's a bit of dredging going on down, and this river ends up at the back of my village, you know. And I'm going to try and see if I can do some wildlife footages for you, and so on. I'll promise. I'm going to do. We've got the batteries for the cameras. I've shown you the cameras here. We're going to travel about a mile into the jungle. Stay on my YouTube channel. You all know what the channel is called. It's called Visit Owerri, Love Owerri. That's my YouTube channel. Go onto my Facebook page. It's called Love Owerri. I'm going to update you with so much information, so many beautiful things I've actually picked up on this trip that I attended in this particular period and time. I can assure you I will not let you down. My main role here is to inspire you to appreciate who you are. My main role here is to persuade you to pay a visit back home every once in a while. My main role here is to tell you that when you are 75 years old, you are no good to United Kingdom or America, neither are you any good to us. The time is now. I'm going to shut up and cruise and let the video just roll. You're featured in so many of these videos, yeah. You're like an international celebrity now. I'm telling you, you are in all of these videos. You know what I mean? You're like an international celebrity now. I'm telling you, mate. Both last year and this year, man. It can't be helped. I apologize. I know.
Are we going to do anything at Ihagwa?
Are we going to do anything at Ihagwa? No. Okay. We have food now. They're cooking afan soup now, so we're gonna pray on that afan soup today. You know what I mean? I don't care whether it's gari or cassava. I'm gonna drop. We had that soup last night. It didn't noble for me. One chop on today now. I'm telling you. You know.
So the soup make you sleep?
Eh? Nah, that soup made me sleep. Oh, that thing made me sleep. I'm telling you. That soup make me sleep.
Okay, you two eat it.
Everybody ate that soup now. All of us ate that soup. Emmanuel, everybody. I just took mine into a nice quiet spot. I didn't want to share. I just ate it all myself. Oh, Fafan. You know what I mean? And yeah, any type of soup, we're eating all these soups anyway. And I make a sample of other people's soups. I love Calabar food. I love Igbo food. I love Yoruba food. I even love Hausa food. I know they fight with anybody. Sure you understand. Me, I know they call it. Now hold this money before I lost, I beg. These guys don't carry him, baby. They go, eh? Hey! Your quarter. You know? Okadas all waiting. All these guys have their houses, though. All these small money where they collect, they use on their build house. So now we're going into the village. Now we are going. This is the village. From here now is the actual deep jungle rural areas. Yes. So there's constructions going on all over the place. People are still building. They're recording for half an hour. I'm getting a bit tired. I'm holding up the camera. My arms are aching. I'm changing hands, so the footage is not exactly stable. I do apologize, but I'm very, very excited. Not only am I excited, I'm so privileged to actually being in a position to actually bring this information to you. I mean, this is local style. This is rural areas. You know, this is totally rural. You know, in no time, all these shacks on the road are going to be cleared off. We're still mapping out the entire layout of the area. There's so much construction going on. Everyone is building. We're even telling those who've got the old houses, repaint the old houses that you have. You don't need to build new ones. I mean, it's getting a bit busy down here, but as you know, we are now in the villages. We're actually in the village of Ezobo. Ezobodo is actually a neighboring village to my village, but then again, I can boast of total and absolute rural environment. You still got a little bit of a urban development going on down there. We also have these sort of houses, but it's a bit more peaceful, peace and tranquility, bit of a scenic kind of environment. That's what we got. I think our king has got an establishment down there. He's got a motel or a guest house down there. Hopefully we might be able to catch it if I come across where it is. But then again, everyone's got their own little bits and pieces dotted up. That's the petrol station coming up. You know, that's a shopping little building. That's a hostel up there. That's what their hostels look like in this part of the world, and so on and so forth. Everything you see out here are hostels. That's a hostel up there, and so on. You got hostels in front of you. Our king's establishment is coming up. We can't see it clearly. It's all fenced up, but you know, he's got a little establishment in there somewhere. You know, yeah, that's where we chill out, get a bit, soak up a cold wine and stuff like that. Everyone is building and so on. Everyone is developing their area. And this is what we have, guys. This is what we have. That's a hostel up there. So you got some old ones across the road and so on. This is not the town. This is the village. You can see the palm trees are coming up. The bananas are shooting up all over the place. And we are now in the ancient kingdom of Ezobodo. So I'm gonna cut film now, unless you guys want me to record. It gets very local around here. It gets very, very rural. The contrast between the city and the village. But you know something, yeah, we don't complain about it. We love every inch of it. I'm gonna cut video now. I'll give you a bit more footage anyway. Ideal for eco-tourism, totally off-grid from what's actually going on in the outside world.